Purvaryaya Chakalyaya Chanama Shlokyaya Chavasvandyaya Chanamo Vandyaya Chakakshyaya Chanama Shravaya Chapratisravaya Chanam Purvaryaya Chakalyaya Chanama Shlokyaya
Hello and welcome, everybody. Good to see all of you here joining me for this practice session. It's a practice session, so I've muted everybody, but you're welcome to connect with me through the chat. I look at that from time to time. The session is, of course, inspired by a lot of messages I've been receiving from a lot of people who have been really getting affected by all that's going on right now. And specifically, a member of our community, Preeti Bhandari, passed away this morning. She just messaged me a couple of days back from hospital, telling me about her condition. And I had briefly chatted with her and shared some guided meditation with her. And I got news this morning that she passed on. So I thought it's appropriate to have a gathering this evening. We can all practice. And the whole idea is whatever's going on, I imagine some of you have loved ones who are unwell, or you know friends who are unwell, or you may even know people close to you who passed away. My own, in Pune where I live, two of my relatives passed away from COVID. One of them was actually younger than me, quite young, father of a boy. So yeah, I think everyone is affected by this, and in different ways, we are all affected. And how can we use this opportunity to process what's going on and to shift our mind states? So that's the intention for today. I'll be guiding this process, and you're welcome to have your video on or off as you like. This is also getting telecast on YouTube. If you want to join on YouTube, that's also possible. Also welcome to those of you who are on YouTube right now. This practice session will be at least an hour. It might go a little beyond an hour as well. Let's see how it goes. All right, so please sit comfortably and be in an undistracted setting. If you want to put your phone on some kind of silent mode, that'll be nice. So I'd like to invoke the collective consciousness, which has brought us all together. So tapping into not only my own innermost wisdom, but the innermost wisdom of our collective. May I be the spokesperson or the mouthpiece for what needs to be heard by every single one of us. And may we be guided by our highest self, our innermost being, all our ancestors, all our guides, all our spiritual teachers, and everything else that supports us on our process, in our process of full blossoming, full awakening. May all of that be present in the session and guide us and support us. May we shift from a fear-based perspective to a love-based and a truth-based perspective. And that's my intention for this session. See what intention is coming to you. Make the session your own. It's not just about what I want. This is a chance for you to connect with you. So see if you're getting any intention and feel what that feels like in your being. In case any of you feel like putting that in the chat, you can, you don't have to. Just get in touch with your own intention. Just taking a moment to realize that whatever you're experiencing is not personal, it's not limited to you. We are all in this together. So just opening up your heart with compassion, compassion for self, and compassion for everyone involved in this. All the different conflicting thoughts and feelings, all the fears, all the opinions, all the things that are getting stirred up in this. No one's alone in this. We're all in this together. Have that sense of collective consciousness, collective compassion, expanding beyond just what you're experiencing. I'm also aware that some of you on this call are actually presently unwell, presently going through either COVID or some other illness. And so in this collective consciousness, those of us who are healthy, those of us who can breathe well, those of us who are feeling strong, may that strength and that comfort radiate outward. And may you benefit from our comfort, from our health, from our well-being. May you share in our immunity, in our strength. May it strengthen your process of healing. Inviting sanity. There's a certain sanity that is behind all these things, all these thoughts, all these emotions. A certain basic sanity, a certain basic clarity. In my own experience, it's a kind of inner silence. So inviting this inner silence, this clarity, this sanity to be available to all of us. It's like we're shifting gears. And getting in touch with something deeper. One of my favorite quotes is, "I'm like the sky, everything else is weather. I am the sky, everything else is weather." And many weather systems will move through the sky. Pleasant weather systems, unpleasant weather systems, huge storms, huge tornadoes, huge hurricanes. Many things will move through, and yet the sky is unaffected. So in this moment, may this sky-like nature be available to all of us. It's a natural comfort. It just is. One of my teachers, Douglas Harding, talked about how if you make a really tight fist, and begins to hurt after a while, it's quite tight, it's uncomfortable. The fist is uncomfortable, but that which knows, that which is looking, is forever comfortable. And are we going to focus on the fist that's so tight and so uncomfortable? Or are we going to focus on the knowing, the place from which we are looking, which is forever comfortable? That's the shift in awareness. From the place which we are looking, that is our sky-like nature. That is our basic sanity. And that is unaffected by all these comings and goings. we age in a much balanced way of our consciousness. Something that's soothing, settling, calming. And you don't have to understand how it happens. It happens. At every level of your being, at the physical level, which includes the cellular level, at the emotional level, at the mental belief level, soothing, settling, and calming. And it's very dense in its peace. It's a dense kind of peace, which means it's undiluted. So inviting undiluted peace, not just soothing presence into our collective consciousness. Whether or not you mentally remember it, getting each of us back into infinite strength. You are far stronger than you imagine. Strong enough to survive 9 months in a womb. Strong enough to bear the stretching out of your bones as you grew up, figuring out this mad world and all the experiences you had so far. You're incredibly strong, whether you realize it or not. And it doesn't even really matter what I'm saying or not saying. In this moment, you're tuning in to what you need to tune into. It doesn't matter what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what I'm inviting. This is your time with you. Beautiful alignment is happening at all levels of your being. You're naturally breathing in the way that's most suited for you right now. It might be deeper, it might be slower, it might be whatever. Your breath is coming to the perfect rhythm that's right for you at this time. Allowing unprocessed thoughts, emotions, fears, and any kind of overwhelm to now just start arising and evaporating, arising and evaporating. You don't have to understand them, but they do need to be given a chance to release. Otherwise, we're just pushing them down, and that doesn't work. So allow any thoughts, any fears, any anxieties, any overwhelm any stuffed emotions to now arise and dissolve, arise and dissolve, without having to understand them. It's like energy getting released. It's like bubbles in a soda bottle getting released once you uncap the bottle. For the next few minutes, continuously, from every part of your being, any overwhelm, any tiredness, any sense of being burdened, is just getting released, whether or not you're conscious of it. It's just getting released. And it's happening not just for you, it's happening collectively. So whatever I'm experiencing is getting multiplied exponentially for all of us. I invite you to trust this process, even if it temporarily feels unpleasant. Trust this process, the healthy process. You are the sky, and all of this is passing weather. The weather needs to be allowed to pass through. On behalf of all people that you know or don't know, near or far, who are finding it difficult to breathe, all of us will breathe a little deeper. And we're breathing on behalf of all of them. All those in ICU, all those in ventilators, all those who are struggling with each breath and their oxygen levels aren't going up. Right now, we breathe on behalf of all of them. And along with your breath goes a silent prayer, a silent wish. This is a healing breath. Reminding your lungs, your cells, what it's like to come back to balance and alignment and health. Let your breath find its own rhythm. It might be deeper, it might be normal, it's totally fine. And the process of unburdening is continuing. Any tiredness, any stress, any overwhelm at any level of your being is just arising and dissolving, arising and releasing, arising and evaporating. And you don't even have to understand how it's happening. It's just happening. Any feeling of being trapped, whether you're feeling it, or there's someone you know who's feeling it, or there's someone you suspect who's feeling it. In this moment, feelings of being trapped are getting released. Might be trapped because you don't have the medicine you need, you don't have the doctor you need, you don't have the hospital bed you need. You're confused with all the conflicting news reports. Maybe you're trapped because you don't have a job. You don't have money to pay your rent. Any way you're feeling trapped in this moment, feelings of being trapped are getting released. And we don't know how it's happening. It's just happening. And where there was no way, a way is getting created. Where there was complete darkness, light is appearing. A ray of hope, a hand of support. Things are moving again. Things are flowing again. The pressure is getting released. What does the word love mean to you? And if it's available to you, get in touch with love right now, whatever that means to you. What does it feel like? What is it like? Just like you put on a nightgown, can you put on love in this moment? Can you become love in this moment? And even if some of you feel that you're unworthy of that, have love even for your unworthiness, for your brokenness. And that's fine. If it seems too far away or unavailable, have love for that feeling of unavailability, that feeling of too far away. Love your inability to love and love your ability to love. And in this moment, love is flowing through every single one of us, whether we realize it or not, whether we feel it or not, whether we know it or not. You have no option. You are a channel of love. So just allow it. It's happening anyway. Like a gentle radiance, a gentle breeze, a gentle flow moving through you. Activating the deepest parts of your being that know what this love is, remembering it, radiating love and being love. Let's first direct our love to anyone and everyone who is in a state of fear, in a state of anxiety, in a state of dread. Loving wishes to every such person. Strong loving wishes to all those who are sincerely doing their best, doctors, nurses, essential workers, everyone who's doing the best they can within their capacity to support others in a way that sometimes even endangers their own life. So many delivery people who delivering medicines. So many people. I mean, I can't even name, I don't even know all the kinds of people who are supporting us at this time. But every single one of them, and some of you on this call today are among them. Pure loving wishes, full strength to you. May you be replenished with twice as much love and strength and courage than you ever are able to give. Whatever you give, you get back twice as much. Strong loving wishes to families who are grieving. They've either lost a loved one or a loved one is very ill. A loved one is in hospital. All these families who are really struggling right now. Strong, soothing, loving wishes to all these families. Soothing, loving wishes to all these families. May I be a channel of blessings for someone today. May I be a channel of blessings for someone today. I'd like to introduce an upgrade in our operating system. See if you want to accept it. Instead of imagining yourself to be primarily a body and a mind, what if you start experiencing yourself as primarily awareness and love? Awareness and love. You're primarily awareness and love. Awareness is consciousness. Love is pure energy with no resistance, pure flow. And if that resonates, then just switch gears. See yourselves primarily as awareness and love. We're not denying that they're the body. We're not denying that they're the mind. That's just not our main identity anymore. Awareness and love. I am. I am as I am is awareness. And I am that is love. I am that person. I am that experience. I am that anything is connection, is love. And I am aware of itself is awareness. Doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. Just hear this. And pure loving wishes to everyone who's struggling in any way right now, physically, emotionally, strong, loving wishes. Our collective consciousness is in sync. We're all vibrating at a very similar frequency, and that's getting amplified in ways beyond what you and I can even understand. So just from the middle of your heart, radiating pure love. From the middle of every cell of your being, radiating pure love. And over the next couple of minutes, this love gets brighter, it gets warmer, it gets stronger, it gets more coherent. All of us come into alignment, perfectly in sync. Creating beautiful, protective shields of pure love that surround everyone and everything, returning them back to sanity, returning them back to flow. I'm sensing every single one of you here has a superpower, whether or not you're aware of it. And just radiate your superpower out. It might be the superpower of instant healing. It might be the superpower of seeing divinity in all. It might be the superpower of instant manifestation. It might be the superpower of immense perseverance, limitless strength. There's not a single person on the call today who does not have a superpower. Whether they recognize it doesn't matter. Just step into your superpower and just radiate it outwards, even if you don't know what it is. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We don't have to wait for the scientists and the politicians and everybody else in the world. We are the ones we've been waiting for. It starts right here. Take back your power. And this power becomes infinite, infinite, infinite. Infinite blessings. The word blessing here contains all our superpowers combined. Infinite blessings. Infinite blessings to our family and friends. May they all be protected. May they all be safe. May they all be strong. May they have calm, contented, peaceful minds. Infinite blessings. I love this color violet, violet flames. Infinite violet flame blessings to all those who don't have the resources, don't have the contacts, don't have the money, don't have the job, don't have the comforts that many of us do, for whom all of this is that much harder. So infinite violet flame blessings to all of them. Let's all do our best, our bit to support them in every possible way. Infinite violet flame blessings. Infinite violet flame blessings to those who have recently passed on, last few hours, last few days, last few weeks. Infinite violet flame blessings. Some of them never expected it would happen to them. It would happen so quickly. And yet it's happened. Infinite violet flame blessings to all beings whose earthly existence has recently come to an end. If you know anyone who's passed on recently, think of them. I want to mention Preeti from our community who's recently passed on. You also think of those you know. And they're benefiting from our collective violet flame blessings. Infinite violet flame blessings. Like a beacon, like a lighthouse. Taking them back to their own source. Cutting through their attachments, their confusions. This is so powerful. This is so pure. This is so potent. This is so liberating. What's it like for this love and these blessings to flow through you even faster, even brighter, even wider, even more than you thought you are capable of holding and transmitting? What if you stretch your instrument beyond what you thought was possible? What happens then? Infinite violet flame blessings to all that's within us that's holding back the flow, dissolving all of that back into the light. There's an ocean of love and blessings that wants to move through each one of us, through this collective. But for that, something else has to dissolve. Some narrow idea of who we think we are. And it's dissolving now. Infinite violet flame blessings And again, breathing on behalf of all those who struggle to breathe. Can you allow yourself to shift from being an individuated consciousness to feeling our collective energy? Can you allow yourself to feel our collective consciousness? See if you can sense our collective right now. Moving from the me space to the we space. And if you notice carefully, it does not have a boundary. It does not have a center. It does not have a limit. Could it be that all these circumstances, all these happenings were designed for us to access this consciousness? It's an elaborate way to get us to this consciousness. Could that be possible? And once we get there, then all that drama is not required, because we've got the lesson. We've made the shift. Of the infinite possibilities, could that be one possibility? And as we shift our consciousness into love, into awareness, we don't have to go through the birthing pains anymore. And the rest of the world, which is a projection of our subconscious mind, does not have to go through those pains anymore. There's deep healing, there's instant healing, there's fast healing. Could that be one possibility out of infinite possibilities? Inviting collective unburdening, collective release of what's no longer serving us. Collective awakening of our superpowers. A collective shift from seeing ourselves as a body and mind to seeing ourselves primarily as awareness and love. Awareness and love. Consciousness and energy. Shiva and Shakti. What's it like to see all of this as a dance of consciousness and energy. Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is consciousness, and Shakti is creation, the objects of consciousness. And Shiva and Shakti are longing to come into union. The imagination that I'm here and life is there. I'm here and the world is there. Thirsting to unite, to realize there is no other, there is no separation. We are all one, not the waves. We are the water, we are the ocean. What happens to any one of us happens to each one of us. Which is why, as all of us practice here today, everyone benefits. Whether or not your current paradigm allows you to see it or not, doesn't matter. As you and I shift, everyone and everything shifts. Because there is no other. No one knows when that time will come. But just the fact that you've done this practice today, you will live well, you will love well, and you will die well. Auspicious life, auspicious flow, auspicious passing. Beautiful in the beginning, beautiful in the middle, beautiful in the end. And everyone you come in contact with, whether they realize it or not, whether you realize it or not, you're passing on this beautiful divine virus of waking up from the dream, cutting through the illusion of separation, cutting through preferences, likes and dislikes, preferring life over death, preferring health over sickness, preferring this, preferring that. Being like the sky, trusting what needs to happen will happen. It's all designed. It's all good medicine. It's all designed for us to wake up from the illusion of who we thought we were into the true health, which transcends birth and death, this and that. And that is our true inheritance. Let us claim our inheritance. Sowing a seed in the hearts and minds of each one of us, remembering who we really are, connecting us to our basic sanity, which nothing can take away, no one can take away. And all such experiences only accelerating us further towards awakening and empowerment. Awakened and empowered, enlightened and embodied. May each of us be channels of blessings in our local universe, in our families, in our communities. Let's do whatever we can at this time to support each other. It's needed now more than ever. And there's no one fixed way of supporting. You tune in and it'll come to you what you need to do. You tune in. Sometimes it involves a lot of physical doing, and sometimes it's more subtle than that. And everything is valid and everything is important. Infinite violet flame blessings to each one of us, and each one of us, through us, everyone that's connected to us. Infinite violet flame blessings. It's all good medicine. Nothing here is vindictive. It's all corrective. It's all reminding us of who we really are. And the sooner we get that, the less drama is required. The more everything just comes into alignment. Our lifestyle, our habits, not only individually, but collectively. And a very deep healing happens at a personal, interpersonal, family, and ancestral level. A very deep healing happens. Inviting that deep healing right now. Accelerating and deepening that profound healing right now. And making it unstoppable, limitless, boundless, infinite right now. Releasing within each one of us the power of 100% responsibility, 100% trust, 100% surrender, 100% letting go, 100% forgiveness of ourselves, forgiveness of so-called others, 100% love, pure love, and infinite, infinite gratitude. 100% wonder, curiosity, awe, and again, gratitude. And if any of this has been said with a sincere heart, with a pure heart, as a mouthpiece for all of us, as a mouthpiece for our collective, if even one of us sincerely felt what was said over here, then nothing can stop this from being true. It is a satyakriya. It is a statement of absolute truth. And it has to be. It has to be. In fact, it is already so. Already so. Already so. I'll do a blessing chant. If you feel like joining me, some of you know this chant. You can chant along. Mera mangala, mera mangala. Mera mangala, mera mangala. Mera mangala hoye re. Tera mangala, tera mangala. तेरा मंगल, तेरा मंगल, तेरा मंगल हो रे। सभी का मंगल, सभी का मंगल, सभी का मंगल, सभी का मंगल, सभी का मंगल हो रे। जन जन मंगल, जन जन मंगल, जन जन मंगल, जन जन मंगल, जन जन सुखिया हो रे। मेरे अर्जित सभी पुण्य में भाग सभी का हो रे। हमारे अर्जित महापुण्य में भाग सभी का हो रे। दसों दिशाओं के सब प्राणी मंगल लाभी हों रे। दसों दिशाओं के सब प्राणी मंगल से भरपूर हों। निर्भय हों, निर्वैर बने सब, निर्भय हों, निर्वैर बने सब, सभी निरामय हों मेरे। सभी निरामय हों मेरे। जल के, थल के और गगन के, जल के, थल के और गगन के प्राणी सुखिया हों मेरे। तेरा मंगल, तेरा मंगल, मेरा मंगल, मेरा मंगल, सभी का मंगल, सभी का मंगल, सभी का मंगल हो रे। सभी की मुक्ति हो रे। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Beautiful. So I will continue to share some resources on my Telegram group if you're part of that. Some guided meditation and a few other things. And today's session is also available on YouTube if you want to revisit it. The recording's there. So you can continue with your practice for a little longer if you like. And the rest of you, be well, be safe, be a wonderful channel of beautiful blessings, each one of you. If you know how to make a Mayurma, you can join me in making a wonderful Mayurma. Take your hands up. Make a big heart. Multiply by infinity. And we can say together, Mayurma. All right, be well.